Okay, today I'm going to explain you how do you use present simple but negative form. First, you need to know that in present simple we have two different auxiliaries, don't or doesn't. Here we have two examples about it, and the idea is to check what would be the right sentence. We have, for example, I don't go to school by taxi, or she doesn't sing in a karaoke. In the first one we have I don't, because I is first person, and in the next one we have she doesn't sing. Doesn't because she is third person. Now let's look at these tables. We have first person or third person. The first person we have I, you, we, they. You have to use don't. And third person he, she, it doesn't. Don't forget I, you, we, they don't, or he, she, it doesn't. Now, here you have four sentences, and the idea is you have to complete them with don't or doesn't, depending on the correct subject. For example, if you have I, maybe don't, doesn't. We, don't, doesn't. Doris, don't, doesn't. Or they, don't, doesn't. I'm going to give you some time, and then we're going to check what would be the right answers. Okay, I think that's enough. We're going to check. The first one, I don't, because I is first person. I don't stay at home. Number two, we don't watch the family car. Don't, because it's we, it's the first person. Doris doesn't do her homework. Doesn't, because Doris is she, and she is third person. And finally, 4. They don't go to bed at 8 p.m. Don't, it's because it's they, it's first person. Now, moreover, about this topic, in your book, there's a little part about subject pronouns and object pronouns. But what are they? Subject pronouns are people that do or does the action. Okay, they are the doers, and the object pronoun are people too, but they receive an action that is different. For example, I and me mean the same, you and you mean the same, but I do the action and me receive an action. You do and you receive. He do the action and him receives the action. Don't forget that. Okay, now let's look at these 6 sentences about the topic object pronoun or subject pronoun, and the idea is you have to select or choose what would be the right answer. For example, I, me, like London. Now, how could you know what is object or subject pronoun? If your sentence have or has a verb, you have to use a subject pronoun. For example, I like London. We can't say me like London. Okay, it doesn't exist. And if your sentence concludes or means that a person or people receive an action, you have to use a number pronoun. For example, children are as hungry as us, because children is they, us. The rule says that we can use 2 subject pronouns at the same idea. You have to use an object pronoun plus an object pronoun. Okay, I'm going to give you some time, and then we're going to check what would be the right answers. Okay, that's all. We're going to check sentences. I told you we have I liked London because likes a verb. Children are as hungry as us because children it's they and us is the pronoun. They receive the description. Number 3, all the students passed exam except me. Me concludes the idea and all the students are they. 4, they love vegan food. Love is a verb, so you have to use a subject pronoun, they. 5, he gets a new phone. Gets, it's a verb, so you have to use subject pronoun he. And finally, his sister isn't told as him, so you have to conclude the idea him. Okay, now finally on your notebook you have to write these 6 sentences, and the idea is you have to complete them with the right and negative auxiliary. It can be maybe Kevin don't open his workbook, or Kevin doesn't open his workbook. 2, our hamster don't eat apples, or our hamster doesn't eat apples. You have to read them and choose the auxiliary don't or doesn't and the verb after that. Okay, that's all for your explanation about Unit 14. Thank you so much.